Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the hangar at Macomb Junior Senior High School in Macomb, Illinois, as TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, brings you Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High sports. Tonight it is the boys basketball team in this broadcast. We'll also have the girls streaming at the same time. They are at the Washington Street Gym. We're at the high school here tonight, and it is Geneseo, the Maple Leafs, in the house for a contest with the Macomb High Bombers. We are starting the night off with the JV contest for the boys. It's the first game of the season for the boys JV teams. It is going to be game number 6 for the varsity Bombers. They come in with a 4-1 record, the JV, since it is obviously their first game. They are 0-0. See what they can do on the night. The game being brought to you tonight by King Family Chiropractic with locations in Bushnell, Macomb. They support Macomb athletics. They offer office hours in Macomb Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Bushnell Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. To set an appointment, call 309-837-MY-DC. And Good Hope Gardens, located at 445 East Main Street in Good Hope. Open April through October for all your fresh produce needs. Be sure to follow their Facebook page for daily updates and find out when they're going to be opening in the spring. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown. And the Community News Brief for all your local news. Subscribe to the Community News Brief weekly edition mailed directly to your home every Friday. As an option, you can also download the Monday and Wednesday free editions from their website. Single copies can be purchased at select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, Blandonsville, and Macomb, of course. So just about ready to go here. Under 1 minute, they stop the clock, and we'll be ready to go with the JV contest. It may take me a few minutes to get all the names down for the numbers and so on, as we have not seen either one of these teams. The Bombers will be in white. The Maple Leaves will be in green. Starting for the Bombers, going to be number 35, Langdon Lambert. Number 11, Braden Holthouse. Number 23, Matthew Gock. Number 33 is Jeffrey Lee. And number 10 looks like Drew Watson, although he's not on my roster. I'm going to say it's Drew Watson. If somebody's watching and can tell me differently, I'm going to go with it as it is. And Watson will have it for the Bombers. Braden Holthouse now. Right side goes back to Watson on the right wing. Holthouse for 3. It's off, no good. Rebound for the Maple Leafs. That's number 21, Josh Anderson. Brought up the floor by number 12, Mason Beeler. Went to Anderson. Now it's on the far side, number 14. That's Grant Baumlinney. Now on the drive and a shot off, no good. That was number 12, Beeler. It's out of bounds off of the Maple Leafs. Went off of Baumlinney, I believe, and it'll be Bomber basketball going back the other way. 7:22 to go here in quarter number 1 of the JV contest. Holthouse over to Watson. Down low, it goes to number 35. That's Lambert. Turnaround by Gock was off, no good. Shot back up, off, no good. That was Gock again, but it's rebounded by Baumlinney. And back the other way it comes on the hand of Beeler. Beeler comes near side to Anderson. Anderson back down in the corner to Baumlinney. Up top it comes to number 2. That's Aiden Brudos. Far side to number 20. Quinn Vanderbroek. Van Kerbroek. Well, I'm going to butcher that one tonight, folks. I apologize in advance. Anderson on the dribble. He gives it to Brudos. Up top to Beeler. Down low, a cutting basket is good for the number 14, Grant Baumlinney. He gets his first 2. It's the first 2 of the night for either team. 3 on the way by Holthouse is good. And the Bombers take the lead at 3-2. Still first quarter action, 6 minutes remaining. Beeler gets it to a cutting Van Kerbroek. Gok to Watson. Down low it goes to Holdhouse, and Holdhouse gets another bucket. Holdhouse has 5. 3 or 2 on the way. No, it was a 3. It was off, no good. Holdhouse with a rebound. Watson goes back the other way. He drives, backs it back out. On the dribble comes the Holdhouse. Holdhouse going to drive. He puts the left-hander up, off, no good. Rebound by Baumlini. And it's going to come out to Quinn. His shot is off, no good. And it's going to be down the other way in a hurry to Lambert. Lambert pulls up, puts a shot up. It's off, no good. Gets his own rebound. Looks to go back up, spins into the basket. Shot's no good. A foul's going to be called. I believe it's going to be on number 14, Baumlini. We'll wait and see for sure. It is on Baumlini, his first, team's first. 2 free throws coming for number 35 at Langdon Lambert. First one's off, no good. 4:58 remaining. Checking in for the Bombers is going to be number 40, Brady Scalf, replacing Jeffrey Lee. 5-4, Bombers with the lead. Second free throw coming for Lambert. It is off, no good either. Rebound goes to Anderson. Outletted to Van Kerbrick. And it's traveling called on Bernal. I had looked at the wrong name earlier, folks. I apologize. That's Grady Bernal in the game, number 2 for the Maple Leafs. 4:40 to go in the first quarter. Gok, corner 3 for Scalf, off, no good. Rebounded. And back the other way it comes to Van Kerbrick. Up top, Anderson. Anderson near side to Beeler. Back into Anderson. Turnaround jumper, off, no good. Rebound to Lambert, and a foul on Geneseo. It's going to be on number 21. That is Josh Anderson. His first, team second. Watson will walk it up the floor for the Bombers. 4:13 remaining in the first quarter. Skips across. Gok with it. And he slid his pivot feet. Traveling. Possession back to Geneseo. And a steal by Gok after Bernal lost it off his leg. Watson with it, pulls up. About 18-foot jumper's good for Watson, his first 2. Bombers lead 7-4. Bernal up top to Van Kerbrick. Now to Beeler, near side to Bernal. Down the corner to Bromley. Baumlini had it stolen away. Goes to Holdhouse. Holdhouse goes to the basket, puts up the shot. It's good. An old-fashioned three-point play coming. Foul, I believe, is going to be on number 21. Josh Anderson, his second. Team's third. Anderson will take a seat. Checking in, number 11, Brody Clements. In for the Bombers, number 34, Chaston Vanonik. At the free throw line to complete the old-fashioned three-point play is Braden Holdhouse. He's got 7 on the night, make it 8. (10-4), Bombers with the lead. Bernal has it stripped away by Holdhouse. Watson takes it back the other way. Gives it to Holdhouse, and assist to Watson. Basket for Holdhouse. And it's 10 points for Holdhouse, 12 for the Bombers, and they lead 12-4 with 3:10 to go here in quarter number 1. Bernal, down the corner it goes to Van Kerbrook. Beeler on the drive. Bernal back with it on top of the key now. Left side, it goes to Kerbrook. Clements out to Baumlinie. Clements is going to drive. He's going to be fouled. He's on the pump fake. Vanonik is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his first, team's first. .241 to go in the first quarter. Bombers lead 12-4. Old-fashioned two-man crew tonight here for the JV contest. Barnell for Kerbrook. Barnell for three. Nails it from the corner. Gock with it, far side. Back up to Braden Holdhouse for three. Top of the key. It's good. Braden Holdhouse with 13 already in this one. 2:10 to go in the first quarter. Less than 6 minutes in. Holdhouse has 13 points. 1-1 from the free throw line. 2:06 remaining. Ball out of bounds, knocked out of bounds by the Bombers. Checking back in is going to be Brady Scalf. Or, excuse me, number 4, who I don't have on my roster either. I'll have to find out who that is if I can for the Bombers. It's probably a freshman who they didn't put on the roster. Barnall, another 2. He's got 5. Watson. Holdout skips it across to Watson. He saves it in. Right side, Watson, or excuse me, Holdhouse lofts up a tray. It misses it wide left. Clements on the dribble, gives it to Baumlinie. Baumlinie's going to drive. Comes up top to Clements. On Kerbrook. That's Baumlinie again. Pump fake or ball fake, actually. Now he drives the baseline, gets stopped. It's going to go over and back. Nobody touched it. Gock's going to track it down, though. He's going to go to the rack. Foul on the floor. Charged to number 11, Brody Clements. His first, team's fourth. No shot. It was on the floor. 15-9. 1:05 remaining in the first quarter. Gock to Watson. Back in the corner. Holdhouse for 3. That's the oldest inbounds play in the book, and it worked to perfection right there. It's 16 for Holdhouse. Of the Bombers, 18. Beeler to Clements. And a steal. Holdhouse is going to drop it off to Watson. Watson puts the shot up. Little contact, misses the shot. No foul call. 30 seconds remaining. Clements is going to bring it back the other way for the Maple Leafs. Baumlinie picks up the dribble, gives it to Van Kerbrook. Watson, a little hesitation, crossover, goes the other way. 14 seconds, misses that one as well. Holdhouse gets the rebound. 10 seconds in the corner to Watson. Holdhouse back to Watson, 5 seconds. And a long 3 going to be coming here, I do believe. It's up and off, no good. That's how quarter number 1 is going to come to an end. The Bombers lead 18-9. We'll take our first break on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, and we'll be back in just about 30 seconds.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
And welcome back to Macomb High School, the hangar. As you can see, Coach Keene and Coach Anderson having a little discussion there on the sidelines as they get ready for quarter number 2. The Bombers lead 18-9. This game being brought to you on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. It's an Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling presentation of Bomber Sports, brought to you by Tom Conklin State Farm. Face-to-face, over the phone, by email, or by text. You choose how you do business with Tom Conklin State Farm, Macomb. You can reach them at 309-837-1200 or visit them online at www.macombsf.com. Better yet, stop in and get your quote today, 1221 West Jackson Street in Macomb. So it is a steal right off the bat. It goes back the other way. A steal was by Langdon Lambert. He's going to be fouled by Bernal, I believe. It is Bernal on the foul. His first, team's 5th. It is quarter number 2. At the free throw line shooting 2 is Langdon Lambert. He hits the first. And he hits the second. That evens him at 2 for 4 on the day. And the Bombers lead 20-9. Baumlin brings it up the floor. Comes to Van Kerbrook. Holdhouse on him. Picks up his dribble outside the 10-foot line. Trouble. Clements comes to get it. Clements is going to drive. Lee is guarding him. Now it's going to be Beeler. Now Van Kerbrook. Clements for 3 near side. It's off, no good. Lambert with the rebound, and Holdhouse will take it back the other way for the Bombers. Watson to a cutting give and go to Holdhouse on the give and go, and he's going to be fouled. I believe it might be Baumlin. We'll wait and see. It is on Baumlin. That's his second, team 6th. The Bombers will be in the bonus the rest of the way. First free throw is off for Holdhouse. He's got 16 points on the night thus far. That's the first free throw he's missed. He was 1 for 1 in the first quarter. Second one is good. He's got 17. Outlet to Bernal, but he can't hold on to it. Watson's going to track it down and bring it back the other way. Bernal, a little hot for him, a little high. He couldn't get it in a hand. Got a hand on it, but couldn't hold on to it. Lee for 3, left wing. It's off, no good. Watson goes over the top. Clean as a whistle, steals it away. Holdhouse goes to Lambert, and Lambert, nope, that's not Lambert. It's Scalf gets the bucket. He gets his first 2. Beeler with it. Van Kerbrook. Kerbrook probably, actually. There's Beeler on a nice backdoor cut without the basketball, and he gets the bucket. Beeler gets his first 2. Scalf with it. Watson. 6:10 remaining here in the first half. Lee. Lambert on the baseline. Back to Watson, right wing. Lee goes to Holdhouse. Watson 3, right corner. Good. Give him 5. Bombers lead 26-11. Clements with it on the dribble. Comes near side to Beeler. Beeler on the dribble goes all the way to Van Kerbrook. Now to Beeler again. And they're going to call Watson for the foul. That'll be his first, team second. Jeff Watson, thanks for joining us from Williamsville. We appreciate it. If you're watching from anywhere, folks, hop into live chat. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Love to see the live chats. Cool thing is the live chat replays with the game, so the kids can go back and see who was watching with them. Holdhouse, the steal and the layup on a little pass from Lambert. And Holdhouse has 19. 28-11 now. Near side, Beeler. In the game, that's number 10, Eli Ford. Bernal. Ford. Clements. 4:51 remaining. Clements on the baseline. He's down there amongst the trees. A pull-up jumper from Van Kerbrick. Lambert with the rebound. He outlets it to Watson. It goes back the other way. Watson backs it out. I think he expected somebody to come to him there. Nobody did. He thought about, well, I'll just shoot it when he had three green jerseys. There's a nice look from Lambert to number 42, who I don't have on my roster either. I'll have to see if I can play an interview at halftime and track down some other players. Turnaround jumper, that was by Beeler, off no good. Rebound to Lee, and it'll go back the other way with Watson on the handle. And Watson's pass intended for Lambert, stolen away by Beeler, and he comes back the other way on the dribble. He's going to go all the way to the rack, and the runner's good for Beeler. His 4th point of the quarter. Holdhouse skips it across to Lee. Lee skips it back across to Holdhouse. Holdhouse puts up the 3. It's good. Braden Holdhouse, 22 in the first half thus far. 3:30 remaining in the second quarter. McCarrick Brick wanted to go to Burnall, excuse me. I'll get it out in a second, folks. I apologize. McCarrick, Clements, and he gets called for the travel. Subs coming in for the Bombers. Number 23, Matthew Gock. In for the Maple Leafs, number 4 is Grayson Carlson. Clements takes a seat. Beeler took a seat as well. Josh Anderson's back in. No, it was Baumlin. He took a seat. Josh Anderson back in as well, as the Maple Leafs have went to a 2-3 zone. Shot on a nice cut by the aforementioned number 42. It went off of the Bombers out of bounds, though. 2:55 remaining. Chaston Vanonic checking back in for the Bombers, number 34. Kerbrick to Bernal. Beeler now pump fakes, and he's going to draw the foul from Gock. That'll be his first, team's 3rd. Beeler, Bernal, out to Ford for 3. It's off no good. Holdhouse with the rebound. 2:20 remaining. Gock. Gock again with it. He looked down to number 42. Nothing doing. Stolen away. McCarrick, Bernal for 3. It's off no good. Rebound to Gock. He'll give it to Holdhouse, and with 1:50 remaining, to go back the other way. Holdhouse tries to get the little finger roll pass. Can't get it to cross the lane without being knocked away, though. Watson checks back in. Gock checks out. 1:42 remaining in the first half. Watson with it. Holdhouse is out of the game for the first time. Nice look. A little low on the pass, though. A jump ball is going to be called to be possession to Macomb. Geneseo got the ball on the at the quarter. 1:31 remaining in the first half. Holdhouse three, it's off, no good. Bernal just shoved one of the Bombers to the ground. No foul call, though, as a two-man crew didn't have anybody in position to see it. Bernal's going to drive. His runner's off, no good. Watson's going to take it back the other way with 1:10 remaining. He slows things down, backs it back out. Clement's there to guard him. Shot up by number 42. It's good. He's got 4. The Bombers lead 35-15. Clements throws it right past Josh Anderson out of bounds. Possession to the Bombers with 45.3 seconds remaining. Watson on the dribble. Watson, top of the key, 3, off right. Holdhouse, nope, that wasn't Holdhouse. Vanonic tipped it around, and then Vanonic's going to pick up the foul. That'll be his first, team's 4th. Clements is going to walk it up the floor now. 18 seconds remaining. Far side. Anderson with it. Nope, it's Beeler, excuse me. And Holdhouse is going to pick up the foul on the reach around. His first, team's 5th. 12 seconds remaining. Ford with it. Goes to Beeler. 8 seconds. Backdoor cut by Clements, and he can't hold on to it. It's out of bounds. Possession to the Bombers with 1.1 second remaining. And scratch that. They're going to give it to the Maple Leafs after a little discussion. Bombers, you might have saw on camera there as Drew Watson's like, we wouldn't have got a good shot attempt anyway. We'd just ruin my percentage. There's a good look, though, with 1.1 seconds for Anderson. He can't get it to fall, though, and that's how the first half is going to come to a close. The Bombers lead Geneseo 35-15. We'll take a break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, in just a couple minutes.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
And welcome back here as the Bombers varsity team's out on the floor doing some warm-ups. I want to thank number 1 fan for hopping into live chat, doing something we forget to do pretty regularly. We ask that you share with your family and friends, subscribe to our channel. It does help us bring you the games on a more regular and open basis, and also the super chats you see right there in the live chat. If you're a YouTuber and you have super chats, we do super chat available on our live stream, so hop in there if you feel so kind and make a super chat donation of some sort. We would greatly appreciate that as well. A couple weeks ago, or a week and a half ago now, we did the state championship game for the I8FA. That's the Illinois 8-Man Football Association here in Illinois, and we did that game at Monmouth College. West Central Heat won that game. But we talked to John Lawler. He's the president of the I-8FA and had a nice interview with him. So we're going to play that for you here at the half. You're watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling, presentation of Bombers Sports, and something a lot of you bigger school fans don't know a lot about, but the 8-Man Football Association. Hear a little bit about what that game was about and what that association is all about here in Illinois. And welcome to halftime here, state championship game. And full disclosure, this is before the game.
Yeah. Yep.
Here with Coach Lawler. And I guess you're back to being a coach, aren't you?
Well, yeah, they talked me into helping again. So I'm not the head coach, but I'm back coaching again. So.
Well, you coach a whole lot of people because I've been going to some I-8FA meetings, and you're the head man at those things. You're the coach of that deal.
Yeah, I
and
guess.
Those meetings, you never stop being a head coach.
No, it's kind of in you once it's in you. So
President of the Illinois 8-Man Football Association, and you guys just continue to grow.
Yeah, we are. We're up to 30 teams, and there's a couple more coming next year. And we're hoping to get a couple of teams that couldn't field the team back for next year. So, we might have 30, 32, 34 guys playing next year. So
the football is just getting better and better every year, too, it seems like.
Well, last year's championship game was great, I thought. And I loved it especially because everybody thinks 8-man football is like arena ball.
Right.
And what did we see? A 12 to
7
game.
Something like
yeah,
that, 12-8.
Yeah, a great game. And I'm a defensive guy anyway, so I loved it. Yeah, I loved it.
This 8-man thing is going to be here. And I think you guys have proven that with your association. The elephant in the room is IHSA going to take it over? That probably is down the road, but judging from the meetings that I've been to with you guys, not this year, obviously, and probably not going to be next year.
No, I don't. I honestly don't expect it for 2 or 3, maybe 4 years yet. Honestly, I thought we were closer. I think there's some things that they're looking at, wondering how it's going to affect how they do their championship weekend. Trying to include an 8-man game. That's one of the things. I think the big thing is the enrollment, as you've heard us talk about at the meetings that you've been to. I think that's the stickler. Where do they draw that line? Where do we draw that line? We've dropped it down to 325. We started out 400. I think we're close. Now we're seeing what I thought we would see. I'm not telling you that I know everything, but we're seeing roster sizes grow again. And that's good because kids are having success. They're not getting pounded week after week by bigger, stronger teams with 40, 50 guys in the roster. So now we're seeing roster size grow. We don't want to talk about restricting rosters. That as long as I'm president, that won't happen. I want more kids to play football. So that won't happen. And I don't think the IHSA wants that either. But somewhere we got to find where is it fair and where it isn't fair anymore. So.
I mean, you're a long ways from being big enough for 2 classes, but the enrollment deal is kind of where that is, right? I mean, that's the reason why you keep that enrollment, so everybody that's in your group is ideally competitive.
Yeah, we kind of grandfathered in a couple of bigger schools, but I'll be honest, Dwayne, I've had schools as large as 700 enrollment ask about 8-man football. Now, you and I both know that's not why we started this.
Right.
We started this to save schools of 110 kids like mine and West Prairie and things like that. We didn't start it. I understand where they're coming from. They have a hard time getting kids out, 25, 30 kids out. But that's just not what this is about. It's about saving small town, small school Friday night lights.
Do you feel like now that 8-man football in Illinois has solidified itself and people are recognizing it more now?
Oh, I sure do. Yeah, I think I've told you many times. I had some good friends say, "Are you crazy? What are you doing this for?" And I said, "Because we have to. Right. We have to." I mean, we had a pretty good tradition. We had an 11-year run straight in the playoffs, making it to quarterfinals, second round, and I saw it coming. It's like we're just running out of kids. It's not just us; it's other schools, and you've seen the schools that are in this now. They were 1A consistent playoff teams, and that's what we've got playing 8-man now.
Right.
And that's why the ball's getting better too. So, yeah, it's coming. And has it changed the 11-man 1A and 2A? Sure has, which we knew was going to happen. It's going to change it a little more too. So I think that's where we got to figure out, okay, where does this really lie before the IHSA takes it over? And honestly, I hope people think we're doing a pretty good job running it. I think we are. Everybody seems pretty happy. So, we'll see. Tonight we're going to crown a champion. Both of these schools and their kids, if you went down those locker rooms right now and asked them if they knew a difference what they were playing for, they ain't going to care when they hoist that trophy up.
Now, a couple of coaches are going to be here tonight. We had one on a pregame show, Coach Elder from Ridgewood. Coach Unruh's on the sideline, and Jim Unruh's from Carthage. Years, and I mean, multiple title champion.
Yep.
He loves 8-man.
Yeah.
I mean, this game is something that when you get to be a part of it, it feels like even the most successful and ingrained coaches like yourself realize it's really good football.
It's fun. I know when I first started, we started morphing to it a little bit with our JV squad because I knew it was going to happen, or I was going to have to make it happen, or we were going to have to do something different. It's fun because even for an old coach that's been around a long time, coached a lot of football, you're learning all over again. So this defensive thing, I still don't have it. Ted Alston's probably the guy that's got it figured out the best. Their defense.
He showed that last year.
Oh man, their defense is stout year in, year out. But it's fun. It's been fun. It's kind of new. Coach, my advice for a coach that was a little scared of it is don't embrace it. Embrace it and try to figure it out. Pat, I'd see Pat and his dad John down here. They've been at every one. And I mean, John's the granddaddy, and this was Pat's first year coaching. So, I said he'd be a good interview to see how he felt about it, and there again, very successful coach. So.
Well, thanks for talking to us here before the game, for halftime. I know you're busy, got a lot of stuff going on. Yep. We appreciate it. Congrats on a great evening, night, even though it's a little chilly. Congrats on putting a great program together. It's going to be fun, and I appreciate being a part of it.
Well, I appreciate having you. I mean, you guys have been great for us, and we hope this continues. And I want to thank Monmouth College, too. They've been a great partner in this for as many years as we've been doing it. Great partner. I got to know the coaches and that when my son played ball down here back 2011, 2012, and it's been a good fit for us. So hopefully we can keep it going for a while.
All right. Well, thank you very much. We'll be back with some stats and second half action in just a few minutes.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
And welcome back. I want to thank Andrea for coming up, making sure I had the names that I needed. Emmett Beck is number 42. Isaac Linebaugh is number 4. Number 20 is Noah Hogue, and number 32 is Colin Adams. I believe those two have played yet. Number 10 was Connor Watson, and it is the third quarter underway here. Just like that, the half goes by, and we are ready to go. And Kerbrick gives it to Beeler. Beeler's runner is good. Beeler gets his 6th point. Holdhouse tries to bounce it out to Gawk. He does. Watson now for 3, top of the key. And Drew Watson hits the 3. He's got 8. And we'll take the bonus sign off. They are not in the bonus yet. Shot off, no good. Rebound to Langdon Lambert. Back the other way it comes on the hand of Holthouse to Watson. And a little bitty alley-oop to Watson is good, and he has 10. Two players in double figures now for the Bombers. And they open up a 40-17 lead over Geneseo here early in the third quarter, 6:45 remaining. Bernal to Baumlinie. Baumlinie on the dribble, right side to Bernal. He goes to the hoop. I think Gach was expecting to get some help there, and his help left him. Bernal has 7. Gach down to Lee, down to Lambert. He's amongst the trees, and he's going to give a nice cut to the basket and a nice feed from Lambert to Holthouse, and Holthouse has 24. 6:05 remaining. Beeler drives the lane. It's off, no good. Lambert with another rebound. He outlets to Holthouse. Holthouse to Gach. It's tipped out of bounds by Baumlinie, and it will be Bomber basketball with 5:56 to go. About said 5:65. That isn't really possible. Drew Watson with it. Skips it across to Holthouse. Holthouse loses the ball, gives it to Watson. Watson will loft up a tray, and he'll miss it. Gach with the rebound. He'll put it up. Ball picked up off the floor by Holthouse, and the Bombers will reset the offense. Skips across to Watson. Watson looked to Lambert, doesn't get it down there, gives it to Lee instead up top. Lee now to Watson. Watson down to Lambert this time. Lambert backs in, kicks it back out to Watson. Watson skips it across to Gach. Gach back up top to Lee. He'll try the three. It's off, no good. Lambert tips it around. Watson's there. The reverse layup with the left hand by Drew Watson is good with a big smile on his face. He's got 12. Give him 7.5. And the Bombers' lead is growing. Baumlinie with it, picked up by Lee. Bernal puts up the shots, off, no good. Lambert with the rebound. Holthouse with the layup, off, no good. Lee tips it to Watson. Holthouse, the left-handed reverse layup. He says, anything you can do, Mr. Watson, I can do as well. 46-19. Beeler with it. Watson with the steal. And he's going to get the basket and the block. An old-fashioned three-point play coming for Watson. Team foul number 1 of the second half. Foul was on number 14, Baumlinie, his third. Watson to complete the old-fashioned three-point play here. Free throw is good. 49. For the Bombers now. No shot, foul on the floor. Charge to the Bombers. Their first. I believe it's going to be on 35. Wait for the scoreboard operator, Coach Duncan, to tell me it is on 35. Langdon Lambert, his first, team's second. Beeler with it. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Beeler baseline jumper. Good. He's got 8, excuse me. 49-21. Holthouse, Watson. Watson's going to drive, pulls up. Little runner's good. Thought he was pulling up, but he really just kind of floated in and gets the bucket. Watson has 17. Couple shot attempts. Can't get him to fall. Gach comes down with it. Pushes it out to Watson, who goes over the top to Scalf. Scalf's jumper's good. Assist to Watson, bucket to Scalf. He's got 4. Clements with it. Foul on the Bombers. It's going to be Langdon Lambert, his second, team's third. Bernal up top to Van Kerbrick. Clements now on the dribble. Bernal, Van Kerbrick in the corner, loses it. Able to dribble it away. Stops, puts up the left-handed shot, off no good. Holdhouse with the rebound with 2:41 to go. Drew Watson on the dribble. Goes into Lambert. Lambert loses it, and Anderson loses it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bombers. 53-21 the score. Bombers with the lead here with 2:29 to go in the third quarter. Gach loses the ball. Clements nearly pushes him across a long three. That's like an NBA range three for Braden Holdhouse, and he nailed it. He's got 29. 2:15 remaining in the third quarter. Bernal. Gach's going to be called for the block. That'll be team foul number 4 on the Bombers. Second foul on Gach. Timeout on the floor charged to the Bombers. It's their first timeout. You're watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb Bomber Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Game being brought to you by Sports Corner at 124. Macomb's original local sports bar, Sports Corner at 124, with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time Live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. We'll tell you that tomorrow night, TSSR Weekly will be broadcast live from Sports Corner at 124, starting somewhere around the 8 o'clock mark or so. Maybe 8:30. We're going to have the Western basketball teams, the Leatherneck girls, women's and men's basketball team are both at home tomorrow night. After the men's game, we will have both J.D. Gravina and Rob Jeter, the two head coaches for Western Illinois University, on the live broadcast tomorrow from TSSR Weekly at Sports Corner at 124, and then a foul on a rebound attempt there. It's going to be on number 21, Josh Anderson, his third, team second. Isaac Linebaugh coming in for the Bombers. Also in, number 34, Chasten Vanonik. Lambert will take a seat. It's the second team foul for the Maple Leafs. Gach down to Vanonik. Puts up the shot. He had somebody holding his arm, I'm 99% sure, but Holdhouse got the follow-up. He's got 31. Van Kerbrick. Holdhouse wanted to steal. Beeler pulls up jumper off, no good. Vanonik with the rebound. Holdhouse will bring it down. 1:18 remaining in the third quarter. Bombers lead 58-21. Linebaugh to Vanonik. Vanonik's jumper off, no good. And it is off a green, out of bounds to the Bombers. 1:09 remaining in the third quarter. Once again, you can see number 1 fan hopped in there and asked you to. Oh, Clements nearly gets the steal on the far side. Linebaugh to Holdhouse. 2-3 zone again for the Maple Leafs. Linebaugh to Holdhouse. Holdhouse spins. Comes back to Linebaugh. Right side to Scalf. Now back to Linebaugh. Scalf, he'll take the 3 left wing. Good for Brady Scalf. Give him 7 on the night. McCarrick misses the shot. Bombers lead by 40 with 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Holdhouse. Van Nonik misses a shot. Shot off, no good again. And that time, Van Nonik's fouled. I believe it was Emmett Beck with the second shot. I couldn't see the number over there, but I believe it was him. And a foul is going to be called on Josh Anderson. He's got 4. Team foul number 3. He's got 2 in each half. And now Van Nonik going to be shooting 2 free throws. Checking in for the Bombers is going to be number 20, Noah Hogue. Holdhouse takes a seat. I would imagine he will not see any action in the fourth quarter. 19.8 seconds remaining. Second one is good for Chaston Van Nonik. Beeler, Clements, 10 seconds. Clements going to dump it out to Beeler. He'll step back for a 3. It's off, no good. Linebaugh had it and it got ran over. Shots on the putback for the Maple Leafs off, no good. Anderson had the rebound but couldn't get a shot off. At the end of 3 quarters of play, the Bombers lead 62-21. We'll take a short break and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We are now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
As I went to the wrong button, folks, there. I apologize for that. So you didn't hear any of that. While we were gone, Van Nonik got a bucket. Linebaugh had a nice drive. And we'll update the quarter, too. I already did that, I guess. Van Nonik baseline jumper off, no good. Scalf touched the rebound, and it goes out of bounds. Possession to the Maple Leafs. Clock is running here in this fourth quarter. Subs coming in for the Bombers. Number 32 is Colin Adams. Bomblini loses it to Scalf. Adams brings it up now. He goes up top to Scalf. Now Linebaugh. Linebaugh left side to Adams. Back up top to Linebaugh. And tries to go, meant to do that. But Vononic couldn't finish, but that went off of Scalf, off a Maple Leafs player, right into Vononic's hands. He just couldn't quite finish. Bernal with it. He's going to go down in the corner. That's number 3 in the game, Brudos. Ford goes in the corner to Baumlini. His shot's off, no good. Rebound to Adams. He outlets it to Linebaugh. Linebaugh pushes it back the other way. He's going to go to the layup. He got hammered by Ford. Ford comes down with it with 5:15 remaining. Probably not going to have a whole lot of whistles here in this fourth quarter, I wouldn't imagine. With the clock running, they tend to swallow the whistles a little bit. 5:05 to go in the basketball game. Clock will run except for on timeouts. Linebaugh this time is going to get fouled. I believe it's going to be number 3, Aiden Brudos, picking up his first, team's 4th. At the free throw line to shoot 2 will be Isaac Linebaugh. 4:40, clock running. First free throw for Linebaugh is good. Checking in for the Maple Leafs, number 24 is Peyton Hofer. Bernal takes a seat. Second one by Linebaugh is off, no good. Vononic comes down with the rebound, and he has it swiped away by Baumlini. 4:05 remaining. Nobody picks him up, and he goes right to the rack and misses the layup. Shot back on the way by Hofer is off, no good. Vononic with the rebound, and it's going to be the Bombers bringing it up the floor. Adams, 3 left wing, good for Colin Adams. Baumlini loses the dribble, has to pick it up. Gives it to Hofer. Hofer over to Brudos. Ford with it now. Back up top to Baumlini. Linebaugh cuts off his passing lane. Finally gets it down to Carlson. Carlson's jumper's partially blocked. Baumlini's there for the rebound. He misses it. And it goes off of Baumlini out of bounds. Subs coming in for both teams. Multiple subs. In for the Bombers, number 14, Isaac House. Number 30, Martin Polk Jr. Number 21 is Dejara Yusupov. And wait to see the last number when they turn around here. Daniel Taylor. Bringing the ball up for the Bombers. He comes near side to Yusupov. Ought to get a pronunciation on that one, folks. Adams with it, but it's going to be stolen away by the Jarrett Hassan, who came in for the Maple Leafs. 2:25 remaining. And Vononic checking back in, replacing Adams. I think that's a position switch there. There's too many of the wrong positions on the floor at the same time, maybe. Polk Jr. with it. He gives it. Now it's going to be to Taylor. Taylor's going to drive, dump it down to Polk Jr. The lefty for the baseline jumper is good. (70-21). Shot by Grayson Carlson was short, went off of a Bomber out of bounds. 1:30 remaining in the basketball game. Well, the inbound play looked good except for they didn't catch the ball. Taylor from Yusupov. Somebody can spell a phonetics pronunciation for Yusupov. That was Ford. Going to come back to Hofer. Vononic with the steal on the pass from And Vanonic's going to come up with it. He's going to miss the shot, get his own rebound momentarily. It's tipped around. It's going to go off of a bomber. I believe it was off of Isaac House, out of bounds. 40 seconds remaining. I want to thank Grant Hicks. His first night on the camera tonight. From what I can tell, looks like he's doing a pretty darn good job up there. His mom and I have been friends for a long, long time. Glad he's able to help. Hopefully we can put him to work quite a bit here in the next few weeks. We've got plenty of games coming up. And there was Taylor losing the ball. He's going to get it back, a jump ball, and that's going to end the game for all intents and purposes. I don't even know if they're going to get it inbounded or not. They are going to get it inbounded. They're not going to get it inbounded. That's the ball game. Bombers 70. Geneseo 21 in the JV contest. That'll do it from here. We'll tell you that 31 points for a game high for Braden Holthouse, 17 for Drew Watson, 7 for Brady Scalf, 7 points for Bernal, and 12 points for Beeler for Geneseo. That will do it from the hangar here for the first game of the night. We will be back in a little bit. I don't know if they're going to start early or not. We're a little ahead of schedule. Scheduled to start at 7:30, but we could start in as early as 7:15, it looks like right now. So we'll take a break. We'll be back about 5 minutes before tip-off for the varsity contest. Thanks for joining us here on Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling, coverage of Macomb Bomber Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We'll see you on the next go-around. The new stream is up. Just go to our Hulett PubliPro LLC YouTube channel and be ready to watch.